Am I able to call on the subconscious, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Subconscious, um, Jess has a request that we call you Sub Connie. Would you be able to honor that?
Yes. we we know you two like to joke a lot, so we are happy with this. We know that it brings you joy, it brings Jess joy, so let's go with Sub Connie.
Thanks, Sub Connie. So after well, can we discuss Jess's situation, please? We want to know more about when she gets upgraded to her crystalline body. Um, has that still changed the timeline? Because we were told that that would happen 2 weeks after she returned to New Zealand.
Timelines have changed, but it hasn't changed by much. Um, we will give or take 1 week, but we just would love Jess to understand that things things have changed a little bit, but not drastically, and everything is still going according to plan. But please just we just need her to understand that it could it has changed for about a week, give or take at the moment. And that can always be subject to change as well. But whenever these changes occur, it is only a small amount of time that it changes. So not by much.
Thank you. And so, Connie, can you tell us why there was the timeline changes? Because when you told us that she would see the broadcast 2 days later after the session, it didn't feel like much time. Like you seemed very sure of the fact that it was going to happen when you said it was to her. So, what was the changes that happened for that to not be factual?
There are a lot of forces, dark forces working against us. So although we did give her the 19th, again, that was subject to change. Um, so each time Jess inquires about a date, it can always be subject to change. And we do apologise. We don't want her to feel like we're leading her on with giving her false dates, because at one stage this would have been the date. But as per, I believe that this has been mentioned before. We do have a lot of the dark force working against us, and we're doing everything we can to keep the date as efficient as possible. But things do change due to obviously different events that are taking place.
Yes, thank you. We do understand. It's just nice to get that clarification. I think when you're doing this work and as you're the client, you always worry that somehow you have brought in your unconscious thoughts. So we just wanted to clarify that with you today. Thank you.
Yes, and Jess, um, Jess does. She had a huge emotional purge on the weekend, just gone, and she felt very, in a sense, betrayed by herself, because she thought that it was just her conscious talking. She was confused a little bit, and she felt upset herself, but she doesn't need to feel like that. She can trust herself, because everything that she is given in these sessions is so authentic. And we are always making sure that both Joe and you, Joe and Jess, are always protected, and it is only genuine information. But we don't know if things are going to change. When we give you the information, that's information that we know at the time. So when things change, we aren't aware of that at the time we're giving you the information.
Totally. We understand. Thank you. We understand. In terms of when Jess comes home, will she need to be in quarantine? Do you see that that is going to be still an issue for her?
She will be in quarantine, not for the full 2 weeks though. She is worried about getting a big swab up her nose, but we will protect her. Nothing bad is going to happen to her via that swab. We're going to make sure that she's protected in all ways, but she needs to quarantine because there is someone that she needs to meet during the time she'll be quarantining.
Oh yes, funny you should say that, so Connie. We were talking about that. So do go on. Do we need to call on the person, the Archangel that she has been told will hook her up?
Yes, he would like to come through.
Okay, thank you. So we'll call Archangel Uriel now, please, to come in and give a message to Jess.
Hello. Hello, beautiful Jess, and hello, Joe.
Hi, welcome very much for coming into this session. It's very interesting to have a conversation with you.
Yes, it is very nice to be here. Jess has Jess has been wondering about me, and I would like to tell her that yes, she will meet a part of me because I've put a part of me inside another third dimensional being. So she will meet me. She'll be very excited. She'll know it's me as soon as she meets me. She'll get butterflies, and she'll just know as soon as we bump into each other. And I've done this on purpose. I've put a piece of my energy into this this third dimensional being. This being will be very, very, very high vibrational and be operating at a very high frequency. And the reason they're meeting in November is because that's when Jess will be operating at her highest frequency as a third dimensional being. So they've chosen, I have chosen to connect with Jess, and Jess has chosen to connect with this person at this time. And they will ascend together into the new earth. They will be together in a sense in the new earth, but they've chosen to meet in a third dimensional way down here on planet Earth, to give Jess a sense of the love that she deserves, and a beautiful type of love that she'll be feeling up in the new earth.
Fantastic. Thank you. And she was told that the person would have a D in the name and it would be 4 letters. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. The name that I'm giving Jess, he goes by a 4-letter nickname, Damo, but his full name is Damien.
Okay, fantastic. And where will they meet?
They will meet in Auckland, and then again in New Plymouth.
Cute. Okay, thank you very much. And Archangel Uriel, tell us a bit more about yourself. And do you share your energy with many beings?
I do share my energy with many beings. I like to. You can call on me anytime you feel unattached. I like to put a little bit of my love energy into third dimensional beings, especially the ones that don't feel worthy. I try and lift the spirits up or the energy up of the ones that are very self-conscious and haven't been treated fairly in a relationship sense. I like to boost self-esteem, and I like to heal trauma from past relationships and relationships with family. And this is a big reason why I would love to have put a bit of me into someone meeting Jess, because she's had a bit of a her dad was quite absent from her life, and she has I'm helping her sort of heal from that kind of trauma, abandonment. She felt quite abandoned by her father, and this is why a big reason why none of her relationships have really worked out, because she sees her father in them because they kind of abandoned her. So this is why I wanted her to meet this beautiful person that she's about to meet, to show her what she deserves and she will get. And this is what I try and do for humanity as well. I try and uplift the spirits. I don't like seeing low self-esteem, and that's what I like to do. I get joy out of lifting people up.
Fantastic. And can you tell me a bit about your origin, please?
I'm giving giving Jess Scandinavian. She doesn't know if this is right. She feels weird saying this, but I'm telling her. In a third dimensional way, it's hard to explain to in a third dimensional language, because it won't make sense. But my looks wise and my descent is from Scandinavian, and I was created by Source. I was created by Source for the purpose of healing and uplifting, and I've been doing this since the beginning of time.
Thank you. And would you say that it's accurate that you're part of the Arcturians?
I am part of the Arcturians. That is correct. That is a true statement. Yes,
Okay.
just like you, Joe.
Yeah. And it's so interesting to kind of know about the history of the archangels, really. And so you've been helping humanity. And are you doing any projects for the new Earth?
Not in a sense. The projects we do in the New Earth are different to the ones we do for this planet Earth, which is old Earth, because we were needed a lot more. We were more involved in this Earth than we will be in in this Earth than we will be in the New Earth, because a lot of the work that we have been doing, you will be able to do yourself, and once you ascend to 5D, because you will have the capacity to do a lot of the healing and helping humanity. So we are not needed as much, but we will be there. You can still call on us, obviously, because we are of the highest dimension. So we will be helping the ones that will ascend again from the new Earth. We will be helping them ascend again and helping them complete their missions, but we won't be called upon and we won't be needed as much as we are now, because of how high vibrational the humans or fifth dimensional beings will be. So yes, we will still be helping, but not in a sense that we are now.
Fantastic, thank you. And out of curiosity, how will Arcturians upgrade into their crystalline bodies? Will it be any different from, say, the Palladians or the other star beings?
It will be the same. So it will be the same process. It will be the same process. You've all been given different instructions that you will be made aware of when you we don't really like to say upgraded to crystalline, because your crystalline body already lives within you. So I guess when you emerge into your crystalline bodies, it will be the same process for many, for the Arcturians, Sirians, Pleiadians. However, when you do emerge into your crystalline bodies, you have different instructions that it's again hard to explain to a third dimensional into a third dimensional language, but you have different instructions from each of your galactic families, but the process into the crystalline body will essentially be the same.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's just really good to clarify these things and not make any assumptions that everything is exactly the same or completely different. So fantastic. Is there any more information that you'd like to share with us, Archangel Uriel?
We are all just very pleased with how this is coming along with all the upgrading that all your galactic families have been doing, with the upgrading that we have all been doing. We're very pleased with your progress and how it's come, and thank you, Joe. Again, I know that you might be sick of us saying thank you, thank you, thank you. But we really do appreciate your work, and you really have assisted us and the different galactic families to help all their family ascend quicker because of the work that you're doing and helping them raise their vibrations and match the vibrations that the earth is raising it as well. So the new earth vibrations need to be the same as the vibrations that the fifth dimensional crystalline bodies will be vibrating at. So you are definitely helping them get there, and we really, really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you for all the help that you've been doing to help humanity. It is very grateful.
My pleasure, and I will be here. You can call on me anytime you need. I'll always be here. I can be in many places at once, as can all the archangels. So we are more than happy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And can we connect back to Jess's subconni, please?
Yes.
Thank you. And in terms of the first broadcast, the first human broadcast, do you get a sense of how long that's going to go for?
2 to 3 days. Yeah, 2 to 3 days we're giving Jess. We had to just yell that at her because we said 2 to 3 days, and she said, is it? And then we said 2 to 3 days.
Fantastic. And is that's just prior up to the election, is that correct?
Yes. So this broadcast, it's one that you will experience more on a human level, I guess you could say. So you won't get as much help from us from this one, but we have guided the humans on what to do and how to do it. Yes, this will be in the days coming up to the election. That is correct.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very exciting. And we got a question about a Q drop, please, which stated bombs en route, and then stating that something would happen tomorrow. Is there any information you want to give us about that exciting little bit of information?
Yes, so that was booms en route for tomorrow. So that's a massive drop of intel. Be advised that the presidential debates are supposed to be held tomorrow. So this will coincide with that. So there's going to be a huge intel drop. And this goes hand in hand with the one of the Q drops for the hunt for Red October. One of the Q drops was referring to the hunters become the hunted, and that's to do with Hunter Biden and the contents on his laptop. So that's going to all merge into one. So tomorrow there'll be a huge intel drop. So the QAnons will be very excited about that.
Okay, that's exciting, interesting for them, because they've really needed some extra action and proof, don't they? Because they've been a bit stressed.
Yes, this is true. A lot of them, they've been waiting for this for so long. They've been waiting for justice, but a lot of them have become very impatient, and we understand that. But there are certain things that we can't intervene in. This has to happen on a human third dimensional level with regards to arrests being made, and Donald Trump has really had to do things lawfully. You know, if he did things unlawfully, there would be a chance that he could be impeached. So he wouldn't, he'd get taken out. So that would just make it so much harder. So we understand that it has been a hell of a ride and a long wait for many QAnons, and we thank them so much. And there's not much longer to go. This is it. This is the final stage. This is what they've been waiting for, and we just want to remind them to not lower their vibrations because they're angry. We understand you're angry. We were all angry. Everyone's angry. This is why we're upgrading so many people. But just know that it is the final stages, and it is going to be worth the wait. You are going to see everything that you've known. You've known all this stuff, and we know it's so hard to know all this horrific stuff and feel like no justice has been done, but justice has already been done. You're watching a movie. Please don't forget that. What you see on the outside with regards to the mainstream media is not what's going on behind scenes. So just please know that we are doing everything we can. The Q team are doing everything they can to make sure everything runs smoothly, and it's lock and loaded now. It's locked and it's loaded, and it is boom time.
Thank you so much for clarifying that. In terms of the other day, people were saying that they saw a Trump rally and someone handed Trump a red hat, and no one could see who it was because the camera didn't pan out. Do you know about that, and can you advise us of who that was?
Yes, so I think you all already know the answer to this one. That was on the 17th, his rally on the 17th, and he asked John for the hat. That was John F. Kennedy Jr. So we know that a lot of you said there are a lot of posts going around saying John F. Kennedy will make an appearance at the Dallas rally on the 17th. That wasn't the case. However, he did make an appearance, just not in the way that you thought that he would have. So John handed him the hat, and Trump was teasing the QAnons because as soon as he said John is a conservative, a father, and the ladies love him, that was kind of like the penny drop. So yes, that was John F. Kennedy Jr.
Fantastic. And is there any footage of that? Did anyone in the rally, were they able to take photos of that or footage, or is that not allowed in those rallies?
There's people with their phones, but not that we are aware of any footage going around of seeing his face. You can only see his hand.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. And in terms of clones, why is it that the clones seem to be very poor representations of the original?
That's just to kind of make people, it's planting seeds basically. We know these clones look absolutely ridiculous. They don't even look halfway like the original people, and subconsciously that's planting seeds to the people that aren't so much awake, who don't actually believe in clones, who think that this could not be possible. They look at these people and they're like, geez, he looks like he's had a hard night, or he's had some work done, or he doesn't look like him at all. So they've been a bit cheeky in creating these clones that don't really look like the original, but there is purpose for that, and that is to kind of make people think for themselves and think, plant seeds and think, because that's all we want you to do is think. That's all the Q team want you to do, think for yourselves, research for yourselves. Don't believe anything they say, research it yourself and then come to your own conclusion. So yeah, it's just, in a sense, making them think for themselves, planting seeds to show, yes, these clones are clones. And it's also a big a big communication to the QAnons as well, because they can spot a clone from a mile away.
Great. Okay, thank you so much. In terms of Australia, are they going to have any more lockdowns prior to Christmas?
No more lockdowns prior to Christmas. They will be out of lockdown very soon. Very soon they'll be out of lockdown. So there will be a bit of civil unrest around the broadcast, but that will get calmed down easy by the galactic team, by the ships. They'll put a sense of calmness into them through energy. So this is, especially Melbourne, this is the last coming days of your lockdown, so you don't have to fear anything. Celebrate. You'll be out of lockdown very soon.
Okay, great. Thank you. And there's quite a few countries that are going to be in lockdown in the next few days.
Yes, so this is because there's a lot of groups similar to Antifa, and they want to lock them down for when the broadcast is about to happen, because they will cause a lot of civil unrest. So it's best to have everyone in their homes, because they are dangerous. They are very dangerous. There's some in London and Europe. Obviously, there's a lot in America as well, but London and Europe, there's a big group of them. So we want to keep the people safe before and after and during these broadcasts. So it is for their own good, but obviously it's under the disguise of coronavirus.
Yes, thank you very much. And in terms of the Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, for Australia, do you want to confirm that he's the original, or is he a clone?
Scott Morrison is on house arrest. Yes, he is a clone. He is a clone. He is on house arrest, and he will be taken away very soon. Very soon. So the one that you're seeing that looks ridiculous, that is a clone.
Okay. Okay, cool. And so can you tell me the crimes against humanity that he has done?
He's a massive pedophile. So he's been involved in pedophilia. He's been involved in a lot of crimes against humanity with underage children underage. He's been involved in the tunnels underground. He was involved in the spying on the Trump campaign. He's part of the Five Eyes. He and his wife they worship very demonic, dark energy. So they are into the sacrificial type stuff. They sacrifice small children. They like to eat their flesh, so they're pedovores. As you guys would say, pedovore. He is a disgrace, and he will get his not justice. He will get what's coming to him.
Okay, goodness. Thank you. And then what about the newly elected Prime Minister of New Zealand?
You're seeing a clone as well. She's on house arrest. She flipped, so she's on house arrest at the moment. She's actually, the clone is working for the good of humanity, but the one on the original, she's flipped, and she's given the Alliance everything that she knows. So she's on house arrest. We want to say that Jess doesn't know about this, but we're going to say it anyway. She's not a woman. she is a transgender.
Yes, it has come into a few sessions. I can't remember if they're public or private, but thank you. Yes, I was aware of that. And in terms of what the original did for her crimes against humanity, what has she been up to?
So she was also in the Five Eyes, spying on the Trump campaign, trying to get him out. She was trying to usher in the New World Order. She was trying to lock New Zealand down and trying to take away their freedoms. So we're also showing Jess a big reason why she locked New Zealand down so she could bring in the new late-term abortion legislation, so she could pass that. So New Zealand couldn't really rebut against it because they were all locked down, worried about coronavirus. So they brought in the late-term abortion so they could take the babies, so they could do disgusting things to them with regards to pedophilia. And they were a big supplier, so they would supply the cabal with the babies so they could do their sacrificial and rituals and drink the blood and eat the flesh of the babies. She was a big supplier and big player in that.
Okay, that's quite disturbing. Thank you. And in terms of how is the public going to know that she was involved with this?
The public won't know to the full extent because it is truly stomach churning. But they will know in the broadcast after the November elections. They will understand because she will confess. They will see her confessions. But they won't be fully told to the full extent because it will be enough to make people vomit. And we want people to know what she did, but not the finer details of how she did things. So they'll get an understanding of what she was like, what she did, what she actually is, what she was involved in, and through the broadcast, but not the finer details.
Okay, thank you. Gosh, yes, many people are going to be quite surprised by her behaviour.
Yes, very surprised, especially because she comes off as this person that's for humanity, but she's very much the opposite. She is one of the huge big game players, and we're showing Jess the shootings that happened last year at the mosque. That was a false flag that was planned. She had a huge hand in that as well, so that was all planned.
And what was the purpose of that being planned?
Another psyop. So she wanted to show the world how she can handle all these, or show New Zealand, so they would re-elect her again, how she could handle all these terrible events that happen. So it was also another a huge plan to get rid of weapons as well. So would make New Zealanders want to get rid of all their guns, so they weren't able to arm themselves. So it's just steps. It was steps into bringing in the New World Order. So it was a big false flag event that needed to happen to show that she was handling things so well, to show the public that that they could trust her with the way she handled things. But it was just another step to bringing in the New World Order.
Okay, thank you. And so with then that mass Christchurch shooting, was anyone actually killed, or was it, I don't understand how something that we heard so much about can be all fake.
There were people killed. It wasn't a fake event. It was an event that wasn't what it seems. Sort of like the 9/11, it wasn't what it seemed. So it definitely happened. A shooter did go into the mosque, but it was planned. So it was planned not by the shooter, but by the government, and they all knew about this before it was to happen.
Okay, and so how did the shooter do what he did? Was he manipulated in some way, or
He was, yes, he was, as you would say, MK Ultra. He was brainwashed to thinking that this was his destiny, and in doing this, he was getting rid of bad people. So they truly made him believe that he was doing something great for humanity.
okay, goodness. And so for the people who did die, was this part of their life contract?
Yes, it was. So that was part of their life contract to go this way. And many of them will be reincarnating on the new earth. Some of them went home to their home planets. A lot of them will reincarnate on the new earth.
Okay, thank you. Can we send healing and love to all that were suffering from the events, who felt so violated, for the people who are still heartbroken for losing their loved ones, for the whole tragedy of everything that's ever happened to Christchurch, actually, because it's been a very exposed part of New Zealand with fatal earthquakes and then this mass shooting. So we want to just heal and send love to our country.
Yes, we would love to do that. We will send them love and healing.
Will the shooting, the mass shooting, will this be exposed at all, or was this what people will find out after they've gone to the new earth?
This will be exposed. It will be exposed during the broadcast. Because New Zealand is such a small place, so you don't see many crimes against humanity going on. You don't see public shootings and stuff. So it'll be made public during the broadcast, the big broadcast, because people need to know, because they need to see who they can and can't trust, and this will be a big part of their awakening.
Goodness. And so then after that's all discovered, are we going to be, like, in quotation marks, leaderless for our country when we have found out that our president, both our prime minister and your prime minister, well, being in Australia, we'll say that you're Australian for this last few hot minutes that you're there, talking to Jess. But how will our countries move forward after the broadcast?
There will be certain leaders that will step up. We're showing Jess in Australia, it'll be a man called Ricardo Bossi. In New Zealand, I'm seeing the name Billy. You have two beautiful humanitarian leaders that will step up and help guide, bring everyone together. But in New Zealand, after the broadcast, people are going to unite together. People are going to become so much closer. It's just going to be one big unity. We're showing Jess communities just all hugging each other and being there for each other. There's not going to be much civil unrest in New Zealand because it's such a community type country anyway. So a man called Billy is going to help lead them through this in New Zealand, and it's going to be beautiful. And a man called Ricardo is going to help in Australia.
Nice. Okay. Oh, that is special. Thank you very much for letting us know that. And of course, if we shared this information, we're going to be safe, right? Like, there's no one that is listening to our sessions and going to do anything to us because of this information that we're sharing, or is this information we should just keep to ourselves?
We should definitely share this, because the people who have a darker agenda won't listen to this. We won't let them listen to this. We will take their ears elsewhere.
Okay, great. Oh, well, congratulations, people who are listening. You've got good ears. Yeah, just in case anyone was worried, no
Yeah,
dark gender in your systems. So
no.
congratulations.
You're all beautiful beings, and we're doing everything we can to keep you that way. So you
Yeah,
are fully protected.
that's right. Thank you, Jess's sub Connie. Perfect.
Oh,
Just,
we
just
find that so funny. We're all laughing so much at that. We think it's hilarious, and we think that you should. We think everyone listening should give your subconscious a nickname, because it's bringing you so much laughter, and she can't stop laughing. She loves it. We love it.
Sub Connie, are you? Yeah, I'm glad you're not regretting telling me all those times that I'm taking my work too seriously. Now, have I tipped the scales? Have I gone a bit too over the top? Now?
Not at all. This is so great because it's bringing on laughter. Laughter raises the vibration. Laughter raises your frequency. It's the best medicine. So please continue. Everyone needs. It's so lighthearted, and laughter is everything. It brings out the inner child, and that's what we're trying to get back to. That same energy, the inner child. So please just keep doing it. We love it.
Fantastic, thank you. Yes, some of those topics definitely do feel very heavy when you're processing through it all, even with the bigger mindset of knowing everything is got purposes and lessons, and it's all fine. Bigger picture stuff, yeah. Just when you start feeling into the crimes, you start realizing, oh, I'm starting to go down into some lower emotions. So yeah, it's very good to kind of connect it through into some positivity. So thank you for that.
That's fine. And we would just want to point out that obviously we totally understand these crimes against humanity that people finding out, especially regarding the children. It can send you down into a bit of a dark hole. And when that happens, we want you to put on your favorite music, go and enjoy your favorite drink, a coffee, a yummy juice, a smoothie, or do something to uplift your energy. Try not to fall into a dark hole, because we need you to stay grounded. So anytime that you do find out some information, and we know a lot of you have known this information for a long time, but do your very best to get out in nature, get out in the sun. Jess has been sunbathing every day, and she is very sunburnt, which she's very happy about, because she finds it very hard to tan, because she blames it on her mum's Irish, so she blames it on her Irish skin. She's so she's really happy because she's been out of the sun, so she's able to go brown now. So she's happy about that. But get out in the sun, recharge yourselves, put on your favorite music, and do anything to lift your spirits, because we know that it can get very daunting knowing all this information.
And just remembering that the crimes against humanity have already occurred. We cannot change the past, but we can change our future. And we must focus on our future. This is exactly what we must focus on, the excitement of the new earth, all going home, and evolving. And this must be our main focus.
Yes, absolutely. That must be your main focus. These crimes that happened, they are in the past, so it's best to not dwell on the past. Understand and respect yourself, and respect the fact that you know what has happened, and definitely just get excited for what is to be, because don't be scared about ascending to the new earth, because as soon as the veil is lifted, you're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember my mission now. I remember why I came down here. And oh my gosh, I'm going home. I'm going to somewhere better. I'm going to be able to connect to all my galactic family, to my other beings. Some of you are going back to your home planets. And it's actually a very exciting time. We know you're quite attached to all this third dimensional stuff, but it's very temporary. And you've just got so much to look forward to. So even anytime you do feel down, just think, wow, I've got so much ahead of me. So that is correct in saying you don't need to worry about the past. Respect yourself in the fact, like respect the knowing that you have of the past, but don't dive back into the past.
Yes, perfect. And so, Connie, with the Anons who are really wanting to see justice and want to see people being executed and are really in that can't see the bigger picture. Is there a percentage of those people who are so fixated on the justice and the punishment? Are they potentially going to stay on the old earth because of that mentality?
They're not gonna, yeah, they are very fixated on justice and seeing all the cabal, you'd call it, and the elite getting executed and feeling pain, and um, they want to see the pain put on them. They want to see the pain that they want to see the pain that their victims felt, and it does send them into a lot of the QAnons are following Q just for that purpose, and some of them don't see the bigger picture. Although when the broadcast happens, with the energy that we will be beaming down to them, they'll see all the executions that had already taken place. They won't see them physically, but they will be told of the executions that have taken place, and that will give them a lot of relief, and that will help them release a lot of the anger that they have right now. So with that release after the broadcast and with the energy that we're beaming down, it will help them go in and do a lot of inner work. So most of them will be ascending to the new earth, and they'll start their doing their inner work after the big broadcast. They just want to see justice being served, and they are on an angry level. And we understand that. And after the broadcast, it will, the relief that they feel is a lot of the emotions, emotional baggage leaving their body, their third dimensional body.
Nice. Okay, thank you. And I mean, part of their frustration is that they just want to, they've been, I guess, they've wanted to share the truth for so long, and they've been bagged and disbelieved by some of the, most of their family and friends for so long, and they have struggled to get the truth out. So part of this justice that they want everyone to experience, the broadcast, is the whole, see, look, I wasn't crazy telling lies. This is the truth, and has always been the truth. And isn't that part of the drive as well of these QAnons, just to be right?
Yeah, absolutely. Jess has actually experienced this a lot as well. She's had family tell her she's fucking crazy. That's what they've called her. And that she's just an absolute conspiracy theorist. And it's the same with all the QAnons. Well, a large percentage of them to a degree. So we want them to have that. We want them to a degree to have that feeling of, I was right, but we don't want them to do it in a way where they're not humbled after it. So we want them to be like, haha, yes, I was right. We want them to feel that the greatness and the great power of knowing that they were right, just within themselves. And they will feel that, but they will soon be they will be humbled by us, not to go too far and rub it in the unawakened person's faces, as per se.
Yes, yeah, I mean, we had for some, I would imagine, to be balanced, but I mean, it's for the greater purpose of understanding why we needed to have this awakening in the first place. So I do appreciate that, and I guess everyone's going to experience it at different levels, and I think all levels are right. We have to process it, whatever we need to process it, without being triggered into negativity and darkness ourselves. So I feel like I get it. And in terms, so Connie, in terms of the veil, when is it going to be lifting?
The veil will lift as you ascend from the old earth to the new earth. So as soon as you ascend, the veil will lift, and everything will come back to you. You'll know all your knowledge of before you came down to earth will be unveiled to you, remembered by you.
Thank you. And so, Connie, so many people have asked, what is the veil? So can you explain it to us officially here?
The veil is, I'll try and explain it in your language. The veil is the veil is the matrix that you get put into. So the veil is when you come down here, you forget, and the veil is put over you on purpose, so you forget what your mission is, and you kind of forget who you are, and forget why you came down here, forget who we are, forget you know what you were before, and the veil is, just think of it as a veil going over top of your head. Um, uh, okay, how do I say this? It's like a veil going over top of your head. We're just trying to find the right words for Jess, because she's just like, what the heck are you trying to tell me? The veil going over your head, which gets rid of all your knowledge from before. So in order to come down to 3D, you have to be in a 3D mindset. So the veil is basically just a big layer of disinformation being put over your head. It's just you forgetting. The veil is you forgetting everything that you were before, so you can learn all these lessons along the way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect. And I think it's just when people are starting to jump on and starting to listen to these sessions, we're using these terms so frequently, I forget that maybe we haven't done like a little definition session, and so we want just more clarification and not to assume anything, right, Subconnie, because that's just no-nos.
Yes, don't assume anything, because 50% of the time you're wrong. So don't assume it. Just the answers are always within. So there's many layers to the veil as well. And as you learn lessons and start to awaken, more layers of the veil unravel. So right before you're about to ascend, you'll have the thinnest veil. A lot of people have a thin version of the veil. And then as they're ascending, it just gets ripped off. But some people, their veil is very thick, and some people, the veil is very thin. And the thickness and the thinness is due to how I guess spiritually enlightened you are, and how much inner work you've done. So if you've got a thick veil, you are completely thinking in the left brain, very unaware, very unawoken. And if your veil is thinner, that means you've ripped layers off your veil as you've done your inner work.
Fantastic. Thank you. And Subconnie, can we understand what the link between Jess and Crystal City is?
Yes, so Jess Jess flies over. When she meditates, she goes to crystals. Make her feel very calm. First of all, she just loves her crystals. And when she meditates, she goes to a certain place. And we've taken her to shown her a crystal city. Her tiger flies her over this crystal city. When she goes to another place, which I believe, I think you guys were talking about it before, when she goes to 6D, she visits it. So when she meditates and she sees some of her loved ones there. So she has to fly over a crystal city. That crystal city is just an example that she gets shown, because as she flies over it, it's giving her enough type of energy and healing her sort of vibration, so she has a clear state of mind in order to get to where she needs to get to.
Fantastic. And then can you tell us some new things about what Jess is going to do on the new Earth, please?
Yes, so we're still, Jess will work largely with animals, so we're still showing her that. We're showing her she will do sort of, she will help. We're showing her veterinary type work, but not in the same sort of sense that veterinarians do their work down here on planet Earth. It's going to be a different type of work, helping the animals. It's a lot of animal work. She's going to be out in nature a lot, helping them adjust. She's going to help them feel at home. She's going to be able to connect with them on a different level. So she's going to be able to talk to them on a different kind of level. And she's very pleased with that, because she has always said that if she had one superpower, she'd love to be able to talk to animals. So this is going to be, as she would like to say, one of her superpowers, but she's going to be able to connect with animals on a very telepathic level in 5D, and she's very, very, very happy about that. But yeah, she will largely work with animals, and that's what she's going to base her life around.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. And so, Connie, in the new Earth, will there be unicorns asking for a friend?
There will be unicorns, but they're not called unicorns on the new Earth. They will just be normal horses, and that's just what they're going to look like. The unicorns are a example of a fifth dimensional horse. So they're very enlightened beings, and they're just normal animals, normal horses on the new Earth. So yes, there will be unicorns, but they won't go by unicorns. They'll just go by horses.
Will we see them with a unicorn or not?
Yes, they will have they'll have their spirally horn, and you will just automatically know that these are the horses of the fifth dimension. So if that makes sense. So they'll still have the exact same. They'll have the same features as a unicorn, but they will be just horses. That's what horses are in on the new Earth and in the fifth dimension.
Thank you. Fantastic. And then with getting onto a slightly different topic, but not really, someone was asking about med beds, and will the med beds be available for animals and pets?
They will be available for animals and pets. The med beds will be available for all beings. It's not, the med beds that the humans use will be available for the smaller pets, smaller animals, but big beds. There's different type of sound frequency therapy chambers for the bigger animals like horses and elephants, and the bigger animals that wouldn't fit on a med bed. They stand up. They're ones where they can stand up, and they use sound and healing light frequency.
Fantastic, thank you. I just saw it on a comment today. Someone was asking about their two elderly cats that were desperate need of some love and healing, and I said to her I would ask, and it just makes me so happy to know that beloved pets who are with people right now, because they are such good companions, can go with people and be healed and potentially go to the new Earth.
Yes, that is correct. They can be healed with them, and they can go to the new Earth with them. They will go, especially because your pets are family, and we see that, and yeah, we would love to see all pets and animals and family companions go with the human owners. So that's something that we can definitely say with love, that they can, not all of them, some of them won't be ascending, but we can give you 95% of all pets will go with their owners.
Fantastic, thank you so much. Okay, And is there any final messages for Jess, please?
You have a lot to look forward to, little one. We are so proud of you, and we have been connecting with Jess. She gets thoughts in her head, and she knows they aren't hers. It's actually us speaking to her. And sometimes we blurt things out. She'll just be lying there, and we'll blurt things out that she was thinking. For example, when she first started hearing about the new Earth through your channel, Joe, she was like, "Oh my God, am I going to ascend? Am I going to go to the new Earth?" And she was just lying there a little bit worried, and we just blurted out, "Yes, you're going." And that was us. So we blurt out words for her. She was a little bit confused on if that was her or us, and we do speak to her through her thoughts, and we blurt words out for her when she's not getting it. So just continue what you're doing, Jess. You're doing amazing, and to you, Joe, and you guys all make such a fantastic team. Such a fantastic team. Oh my God, we're looking down on you all just with absolute love and admiration. We are cheering you all on every time someone, awakens and ascends it, awakens it a little bit further. We're here cheering, just like in a rugby game, how everyone in the crowd's going, woo, well, that's us. There's a lot of us, and we see all the beautiful work that you're all doing, and we want you to just keep doing it. And we know a lot of you are having self-doubts, and that's normal. And with all the love and energy that we're beaming down onto Earth right now, a lot of the doubts that you're having is emotional blocks being unblocked, and it's you purging. So if you feel like you need to cry, please just cry. Jess is very advanced, as are you, Joe. She's very advanced in being able to quickly purge out a block if she needs to. And she's not getting that many ascension sort of symptoms because she's had them already, and we don't really need to give her any more crazy upgrades because she's already upgraded a lot. And we understand that she gets a little bit dizzy, and that's from us, and we are sorry. But sometimes we just need to beam a little bit more love energy into her heart. And just know that her next big upgrade will be to when she emerges into a crystalline body. And it's not going to be obviously her full crystalline body. It's just going to be her crystalline body to a certain degree, so her family and friends can still see Jess as she is, but she will be different on the inside as she is now, and as will everyone else who is going to be doing this. So we just want you all to be happy. I know that's easier said than done, but please just know that it's not long to go now. So just enjoy the ride, and we will be seeing you very soon. We're looking down on you, and just keep going within and spread love around, spread all the love around. And we love you so much, and we are all so proud of you all.
Thank you so much. It's very kind and encouraging for you to say. And because you know that Jess is quite a bit of a jokester, when she's laying there wanting to know if she's going to go to the new Earth, how tempting was it to you to say no?
Oh, we would. We know that Jess would have taken that quite literally because she was really worried. So if we had said no, she would have been like, "Fuck." But then we do love to joke. Jess loves to joke. She's got such a childish sense of humor, which is fantastic. It's just her inner child, as do you, Joe. You're not immature. It's your inner child just coming out. So we would have loved to have done that, but we know Jess would have been a little bit upset because she would have been like, "God damn it, I'm staying here." But yes, it was. It could have been pretty tempting, actually. If we did that, we would have straight away blurted out yes. But yes, there is a lot of times where it's very tempting to play around because it's very important to play around.
Okay, good. I had to ask that also for a friend, so thank you very much for that. Um, and in terms of the vitamin C, she has been expressing that her skin's been amazing. So what is the secret? What are you guys doing to her?
Yes, that is due to us uh, giving her little upgrades. So she's gonna, do you know what? And it's actually due to her loving herself more. She looks better because she feels better. She sees a different person. She sees herself differently in the mirror, which is absolutely fantastic, which is all part of the upgrades that we're giving you lot as well. So we're giving you a lot of self confidence. So the better she feels, the better she looks. So that's how she perceives herself is how she feels about herself. So that's fantastic.
Oh, wow. Well, she's so gorgeous naturally. It's hard to believe that she would even have any other feelings of herself like that. So that's interesting. But yeah, congratulations to her.
Yeah, she does. Jess has been quite self-conscious her whole life. She's got a lot. She hates her freckles. We absolutely love them. She a lot of it to do with her sister because her sister's just made her feel like she's just the biggest piece of shit on earth and always told her she was really ugly when she was little. And that's just kind of carried on with Jess. And yeah, as she's getting upgraded, she's getting more self-confidence and she's letting go of all those self-doubts and she sees her beauty and she's super happy and all of you are just so beautiful and uh, a lot of all these self-doubts come from social media. So just as Instagram got disabled, and that was a big reason for that as well, we made sure that that was disabled, much to her dismay, because she loved Instagram, but it wasn't doing any good for her self-confidence because she was seeing a lot of girls, a lot of perfect people that were very, very much imperfect, that weren't real. So as much as Jess loved to say that she didn't care about, she accepted herself for who she was, it's always in the back of everyone's mind, all these filters. And Jess has actually gained more self-confidence since her Instagram has been disabled. And we're happy about this. And Jess, we are sorry that we disabled that, but it's done you a world of good.
She's been grounded from the IG. Fantastic. Yeah, good on you for doing that and saving her sanity. Because it is just a world of filters, isn't it? It's all very veneer.
Yes, it's a very, we want to say satanic platform. It's all about bringing the vibrations down, and that just doesn't resonate with a lot of you anymore. And Facebook will be the next to go. So sorry, everyone. But yeah, it's what has to be, and it is for your own good. And Jess sees the bigger purpose of her Instagram being taken down because she feels a lot better, and a lot of you will. A lot of you will see the bigger picture, and it's for your better. It's for your own greater good. So
Yeah, yeah.
you're just gonna enjoy what's to come. You might be angry for the first few weeks or the first week, as Jess was pretty upset the first few days, but it's been 3 weeks now since the Instagram was disabled. So you'll all get over it.
Totally. And we don't take these technologies with us to the new earth. So you're just getting yourself new earth ready.
Exactly. It's just preparing. It's just more preparing for the new earth. So yes, you're going to learn to not live with this type of technology. So fantastic. We're happy about it.
Thank you. And in terms of after my upgrade to my soft version of crystalline body, sorry, I know you don't like the word upgrade. I'll just say when I evolve, transform, transmute, get my butterfly wings, however we can spin that. When I get my crystalline body, will I still be able to do sessions like this and entertain the masses with now my amazing personality, with my jokes and my hilariousness?
Yes, of course you will. You'll still be able to do everything you can, everything now. So you'll still be able to do all of your sessions. We encourage you to do all of your sessions your sessions now reach so many people. In fact, when you do your sessions, once you've emerged with your butterfly wings, we your energy will be projected out even more, your upgraded energy. So people will be able to feel you a lot more in their sessions, even when it is online. So the people will actually get even more out of the sessions than they do now. They get so much out of them, but they get as much out of them as their bodies can handle right now with the energy being projected. So as they upgrade and as you emerge into your crystalline body, when you do your sessions, it will be so much more powerful. So it will be a fantastic, and the energy will be felt far and wide. So we definitely encourage you to please keep doing it because it's very, very important.
Okay. Oh, that's good. It's very good to know. Yes, a lot of clients have been saying that they've been getting quite strong upgrades from just listening to the sessions, which is fantastic, because I'm not able to do every person that needs a session, obviously. So I feel like at least this is something.
Yes. It's perfect. It's perfect. So many people have awoken a lot more because of your sessions. You're getting thousands of people have been able to awaken even more because of your sessions. So please continue, because it's just going to help people go within so much more. It's fantastic. You're getting such a big reach, and it's just amazing to see, and we absolutely love it. And it's just so nice because it's not coming from a place of ego, it's coming from a place of pure heart. And this is why the people that need to see your channel and need to see your messages will see them, and they'll resonate with them. And they'll know when they resonate with them, because they'll feel a type of way, they'll feel a type of emotion, they'll feel a type of love. And this is the exact purpose. And this is why we have helped so many people, in quotation marks, accidentally stumble across your channel, which is just so amazing. And we love it. It's like a little game of chess for us. We're like, all right, who can we get to see Joe's channel now? Let's get someone to put a link in this comment section. Let's get someone to put a link on this YouTube channel, and then just attracts everyone that needs to be attracted to your channel, which is fantastic. And we love it. It's a fun little game for us, and it's working out for the greater good, which is great.
Well, thank you so, Connie, for the help, because it's not me really, it's you guys with all of your pure information that is giving us these high vibes. So thank you to you, because without your support and wisdom, it would be a very, very sad little.
It's our absolute honor. It's a very great honor for us to use you as a catalyst, use you as the vessel to awaken the rest. So we don't want you to think we're using you, because it is us guiding, but it's you projecting. So we love it. You're a great team member of ours.
Fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so thank you very much. If there's no final messages or critiques.
No critiques. We know that you would like us to give you some constructive feedback, but we don't need to give you any. It's fantastic. You are doing everything exactly the way you're meant to do it, and you're doing it the way it's meant to happen. So you're learning along the way, and you're learning the lessons you need to learn, which is just absolutely fantastic. And we're very much happy with the progress. And please just keep doing it. And we're so excited. It's just such an exciting time, guys. This is it. It's happening. From all of us up here, all your galactic families, we are just so happy. We all laugh and smile at each other, and it's quite funny. I don't know if the others would want me telling you this, but I'm going to tell you it anyway, because they're not stopping me. So so with Jess, so we don't come from a place of ego, but every time Jess ascends just that little more, we kind of I look to the Arcturians and the Pleiadians, and I'm like, that was one of our ones. That was one of our ones that just upgraded. And then the Pleiadians will be like, oh, look, one of our ones just upgraded a little bit more, but in a joking way. So we all have like a little bit of fun with each other. So you guys are like our little chess board players filled with our love.
Oh, Sub Connie, you're cheeky. Thank you so much for that insight, Goss.
As I was saying that, the others, they just made Jess feel a bit dizzy. So they're kind of like, oh, why did you tell them? But they're okay. They're laughing.
Okay, well, okay, cool. That's good to know that you take entertainment of our. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I know there's no such thing as time, but thank you anyway for it.
That's our pleasure. Everything we say is with absolute love, and we're looking forward to our next connection.
Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you very much. So I'll ask the subconscious, Connie, to recede to where it belongs with much love and much thanks for the information it has been giving us today. We really appreciate that. And as Jess